My brother Paul Kagame has done a wonderful job on the reform of the AU. He handed over his notes to me. I intend not to let down my brother. This AU, we are going to reform it. And we are going to make AU a fit-for-purpose organization so that we can sort out the things Ali Dangote is talking about, so that we can have clarity in where we want to go. We can get the Africa Continental Free Trade Area moving and being a reality so that our business people can trade across this continent, so that we can move across this continent. President Kagame has removed visa for people coming to Kenya, for people coming to Rwanda. I have done the same. And I like what I heard from my good brother from Kenya. He said in Nigeria, they pay $230 US.
Yeah.
You pay ATA only $30 and you pay it online. You don't have to go to no office. So this is the situation we are faced with, and I want to say that we are going to change our continent ourselves, not others.
We don't want to see the African continent always on the negative side. We need to see the African continent in a good image in terms of dynamism. That is a continent that is open. We know that the continent has gone through so much in terms of colonialism. So this is what we need to take into account in order to move forward. And we understand that what we are doing is good for us. Now, concerning the question related to security in my country, there's been quite a number of efforts together with my brother, His Excellency Paul Kagame, and we discussed on issues related to security. These are crucial points. Security is very important. We need also to have food security. We need to have access to energy, education, and food. So we've put in place so many aspects in terms of security. In Mozambique, in the northern part of the country, where we have looking at exploring mining resources such as hydrocarbons, etc. It is true we've gone through terrorism threats, terrorism occurrences in 2021. For example, we encountered so many challenges, and we put in place micro projects in those areas. We were supposed to start. And then in terms of national security, thanks to the support of my brother from Rwanda, it was an opportunity for me to thank the people of Rwanda for showing solidarity. And I believe that pretty soon we'll be able to foster our cooperation. So today we found ourselves in a situation where we are fighting terrorism, not only us as Mozambique, but as a country, that is all African countries. We've been able to contain the threat situation, and it was way better than what we went through in 2021. And I'm very happy because in Africa, terrorism still remains a threat. And thanks to the work that we are doing, we've been able to put an end.
We are the masters of our own destiny.
What's the ratio of the guys coming in and wanting to dictate versus the guys coming in wanting to actually do something good?
Well, those who want to do something, we sit and discuss.
Yeah.
There's what we want, there's what they want. So we talk about how each one of us benefits from what is under transaction. So it's fair for them, it's fair to us. So we make sure that that is what happens. Let me tell you a couple of things. We've done different deals in sports, in different areas. For example, I'll tell you, we have a partnership with the PSG, with Bayern Munich, with Arsenal, with... and you know, when we did that, we made sure that they benefit and we benefit. Yeah. But you could have seen, maybe you did, what was written in the papers, saying Rwanda, how does Rwanda go for this, or they are spending money on this, they are doing that, and we had to keep explaining. So we are spending money, but we are receiving money too. So it is not just spending. The money we spend is, even when you spend, sometimes I go watch football, even in the stadiums, here or there in those countries where we have partnerships. I spend my money to buy the ticket. In fact, one of the people who dictate accused me one time when I was in London attending Arsenal game at Emirates, said, you see, this man comes here and we give the money for support and he spends it in the stadium watching football. So I told these people, I said, you know what? I earn a salary for the work I do. So I spend my salary to go and watch football. So I didn't spend So I told them I didn't spend their money. I spent my money, personal money from my earnings as, salary for what I do. So, but it may sound simplistic, but the moral of it is that there is always somebody somewhere wanting to dictate to you how you live your life, how you conduct every business you do for yourself or for your country, even for the country to be dictated to which direction it must take. And we have refused that, and therefore, again, talking about leadership, I'm sure there are many others who do even better things than that somewhere else in other countries. But it still comes to leaders in any level of society being able to identify the purpose of what they want, how they must achieve it, and how, therefore, even for self-respect, we cannot have a relationship that is lacking respect. What we are talking about is being able to decide, and we don't exclude working with others. We benefit from others. We benefit from the same people who dictate things to us. There's no question about it. We want that relationship that benefits us and also that benefits them. I mean, and it must translate in many things here. You see, these African countries are very, very rich countries in terms of resources. I think it was said earlier by Aliko and others and Patrick when they were here. We can't keep producing things and sending rocks containing minerals and doing things, and then some people elsewhere out of the continent refine that and process that and return these things so many times costly. Why? Why can't we do, if not the whole of it, part of it? And this doesn't exclude anyone. The same people who take our raw materials can still be part of that processing and adding value to that. So what is the issue? So this is here what we are talking about. The voice we are going to have is to translate what Africa owns to its own benefit. All that remains for us to make the right decisions. And that will also be reached by having this interaction. Government and business should have a level of understanding so that we benefit each other. In fact, for example, government should be able to put business-friendly policies in place. Even where there are regulations to be put in place, they have to be addressing certain business constraints so that things don't get out of hand. That is very important. And the business should also do what they know best, and that is doing business and also benefiting the people of any country where they are taking root. So it's doable. You asked leadership, as you said, or doing the right thing requires the mind to be right as well. For example, when you said, you were talking rightly about the borders and how people, cross borders to do business from one country to another in AfCFTA. And you said, do we like each other enough? We don't even have to like each other to that level. I mean, I explained it like this. And President Ruto mentioned it. For these people who go out looking for markets, are you really looking for markets from countries that you like, or that like you for that matter? No, it's just being wrong-headed. But we need to minimize the levels of any misunderstandings or conflicts, because some of them are based on trivial things and things that can actually be addressed and corrected and should not stand in the way of business or relations of people to do business together, for people to move freely and so on and so forth. You can't create an AfCFTA and then at the same time you constrain movement of people. So how is it going to be solved? AfCFTA means you must allow that freedom of movement of people, of goods, of services, and so on and so forth. Otherwise, you do one thing. So we still have that problem which we must address, and we must only blame ourselves for having this kind of situation prevail in our midst. You can't blame anybody else. We can't blame outsiders. We can't blame, no. We should blame ourselves, but we should correct it, and we should just put things right the way we know how.